Welcome back everyone, which will be the first video of the sort of motorbike series on the channel. Today we're looking at my mate Fabio's 2009 Gixxer 650F. I'm going to install the tail tidy on it and look to update the indicators with some sort of stubby ones that have got integrated daylight running lights at the front and integrated brake light and tail lights at the rear. Like I say, it's the first video on the bikes. There'll be a few more coming along soon. I have got Luke and Fabio with me today to help me through with the bikes. And first things first, if you have got an alarm, you need to disable the alarm on the bike. The next thing to do is remove the seat, which is that. Next bit onto that is going to be removing the grab rail at the back, which is going to be 5mm on this bike. It's 5mm at the back, 4mm at the front. Next thing is to remove the two side panels, which are these ones. It's held in by 4mm bolt there, and then there's a push stud just behind there. Next thing you do, you've got 4 push rivets that you need to take out. So you've got the one here and one there on both sides. Just to take them out, I'll just grab a little tool. All you're doing is just popping them through. It should pop back out, but these are a little bit old, so they don't. But then give it a little pull and that'll unpop. Next thing to remove is the seat lock cable. It's quite simple. All you do, we're just lifting it up out of this grommet, like so. And this will twist round, unhook, and that's that now loose. Next thing we need to do is disconnect the light cables. Now you've got the light cables in here on this one. It's just this connector here for now, which you just unpull. But if you can't get to the cables, the easiest thing to do, just to remove the top part, is just to pull the sides out. Oh, and then we just slide it back, and then it will lift off, and there we go. When it comes to disconnecting the wires at the back, you've got 3 connectors here. This one, and this one. You've got black and white on this bike is your common ground colouring for your cables. On this one here, on the black one, you've got the green cable, which is your right turn signal. The brown here, brown with the black and white, is going to be your number plate illuminating light, and the black with black and white on this one is going to be your left indicator cable. So we're just going to disconnect those 3 as well. Right, the next bit is to loosen the ECU. That's just held in by this elastic band. So all I'm going to do, can't do it one-handed, I'll give it a go. Yeah, if you grab that side.
You can do one-handed, I can do two-handed.
If need be. Oh, you got it. Right, and we'll just lift the ECU up. Don't unplug it, just move, yeah, just leave it off to the side there, it'll be fine. Put it there, it's fine. That's not gonna go. That's fine, it's loose. So that's that bit. Obviously, if you do have the alarm, or in this case a tracker, it's going to be bolted on, you might need to unbolt them as well at this point. If not, we'll just carry on to the next bit. The next step is to remove the under battery cover. With that, you've got a Phillips screw, I can't get it on my finger there, lovely, pointed out, and then in front of that you have a 10mm bolt that sits just there. I'll just try and get a picture. So there you go, your 10mm bolt there, and then your screw sits just there. So once you've undone them on both sides, we're going to move on to the top 2 screws, which are these 2 on screen there. So obviously one there and one there. Then once you've undone those the bolts, you should have just 2 last ones. You've either got a Phillips screwdriver or the 10mm head, one each side, and then you'll be able to drop the tray down. Obviously it's all loose it's all loose at the front now. If you have got the alarm or immobiliser fitted in here, you will have to unplug them off of there. That's all loose now. So say once you've done the 10mm here, that is all loose, and that will just pop off. Once you've taken the tail off, if you were to be reusing the rear indicators, what you have to do now is just undo the bolts, which again, I think they're only like 6mm on them ones, and then pull the cable through. But as we are not reusing the rear tail lights, we are going to be skipping that part. So in the R&G kit, you do get this cable adapter for the lights, if you were to be using aftermarket lights. We are going to be using these Alchemy ones today. So these are the integrated ones with tail light, brake light and the indicators. So I'm going to be just cutting them, soldering the wires on to there. Obviously with that also running extra cabling from the live feed on the tail light and the brake light to be wiring it into there. I'll do all that, and then I'll show you what I've done afterwards, because it's a bit time consuming, and I'll just talk you through what I've done once we've done that. So reassembling the new tail tidy. First things, number plate hanger. You get the 4 screws in the pack, and it's just a case of that bolts on with the 4 screws. The next thing in the kit, tail light illuminator. Basically you do, you slide it through, cable it through the holes, and the little studs through the holes, and it's got little washers and bolts. Just bolt it up from the back. So I put the new lights in the back. Had to do some extra wiring because they integrate with the brake lights and tail lights. So we've had some extra cable and used the bullet connectors on the back. But that all just pops through there. And then with the tail light, number plate light, you get the wire adapter there, which will just plug straight in to the original. So it's just a case now of getting the tail back together. The tail tidy back on. We found if you put the 2 rear bolts in loose, then lift up the front of it. Use the 2 screws on the inside there, just to keep it in place, whilst you tidy all the cabling up the top there. Like I say, we've got some more cabling because we've added the extra lights and that, but once that's all tidied out the way, just make sure you've got that one free for your tail light. It's a case of moving on, putting the battery tray back in, and the ECU and so on. So once you've done that, back to the battery tray. Obviously it's held in with the 2 bolts again. You've got the 10mm bolt there, but you do get a new smaller screw there to go onto the rear tail tidy and the new battery box. So you do use a new screw there. Obviously that with the push rivet splash guard. I did find these were really rubbish. They kept bending trying to push them in, but I used a pair of plumber's grips and just squeezed them, and they popped in. But I say they were a bit of a pain. Okay, so once that's all back on, you can reapply the rubber holding the ECU in, and I've really just stuck down the tracker on the top there. The next thing to do is just the top rear part of the seat to go. Next thing is obviously slide the top part back on. Remember to reconnect the tail light. As you know, it's held in with the 4 push studs on there, and obviously the 2 bolts at the side there. And then working my back up onto the tail grab or tail bar. Obviously the 2 bolts back in there. Remember to reconnect the seat release in the same as it came off. And once you've done that, seat back on, and we're finished. This is all back together. This is the finished product. So obviously the tail tidy's in there with the new lights as well. As you can see, integrated tail lights. If you want to do like indicators, Yeah, and then obviously the brake lights as well. I can't think, see if you can lean across. Obviously, you say with the side lights, they come on with the brake lights as well. But yeah, all in all, not too difficult. Obviously, with these lights, they needed wiring in because they're not standard. But apart from that, quite a simple little job. Takes about an hour. But yeah, I'll do a little video on how to wire up the fronts when we get around to doing that. But thanks for watching. If it is useful, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. Be a few more bike content coming up. And I'll see you in the next one.